Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Actionable Reporting Manifesto. In 2020, 64.2 zettabytes of data was created or replicated globally. The information explosion continues. And it's not just consumer devices, Internet of Things and such that contribute to this crazy growth. It's actually the enterprise data that is projected to grow more than twice as fast as the consumer data over the next 5 years. Data warehouses, data marts, data lakes, data sets are multiplying in our organizations and in the clouds. So how do we humans unlock the insights, the understanding, the knowledge that is buried in this vast universe of data, when we humans are actually still monkeys that can hold 7 ± 2 numbers in our short-term memory? Well, our cognition is actually quite extraordinary, but the perception, the attention is severely limited. I mean, it's still basically prehistoric, right? So how do we unlock the data? And how do we communicate it? Well, we build dashboards. So let's Google that. Dashboard. Lots of shapes, lots of colors that are fighting for our attention. And if we now take any of those dashboards, where's my attention? Maybe here because it's yellow, bright, screaming at me. Maybe here because it's red, danger. Do I need to act here? Maybe here. I don't actually know because there's just too much stuff going on. So this is a sales dashboard. We have 1.89 million sales. Okay, now, is this good or bad? Very simple question. I actually don't know. Maybe it's better than planned, maybe it's below the plan, maybe it's declining, maybe it's increasing from previous year and so on. How good, how bad? Is it 10% below the plan or is it twice as good as we planned and so on? Actually, I don't know. Why? Although I have all those breakdowns, pie charts, colors, and so on, I don't understand why have we achieved or not achieved our plans, goals, benchmarks, projections, and so on. So what are we going to do about it? I don't know. If I don't understand it, I cannot act upon it. Now let's take another example and ask the same 4 questions. Is my performance good or bad? Well, looks slightly bad. There's some red here. So how bad? Well, it's actually exactly 1.1 million below the plan or 4.7% decline from the plan as we see here. Now why? Okay, I can just switch here and this red bar is sticking out, so it's actually because of the women's clothing category in the fashions district. And now what are we going to do about it? Okay, maybe now it's time that I call my colleagues, hop on a quick meeting, click here, dive in, drill through, talk about it, collaborate, and take action. All right, so this is clarity, and clarity is power. Clarity is the ultimate superpower in the days where information is exploding and our attention is extremely limited. So here are the top 7 rules to achieve clarity in reporting. Number 1, right choice of charts. Now it's time to simply stop using pie charts, donut charts, gauges, confusing stack charts, and so on. We just need to find better visuals for all the data that we have. And these visuals need to be clear. They need to show changes. They need to emphasize things that are really important. They need to clearly visualize structures, calculations, growth rates, and so on. So switch to better charts. Number 2, proper labels. This is a huge problem in dashboards today. Maybe some labels are missing. Maybe some of them are redundant, so you need to remove them. Maybe some of them are turned the wrong way around, so make sure that they are all placed horizontally so everybody can read them. Maybe the precision is not enough. Color legends, just get rid of them. All right, so if you will achieve proper labeling, clear labeling with the right precision, all labels short, placed horizontally, even complex reports with many charts will become clear and understandable. Number 3, consistent colors, labels, and shapes, especially the colors. This is way too many colors. My attention is all over and I cannot decipher what does the color mean. Each color should have a meaning, and colors should be used for highlighting important things, important changes, the variances, and so on. So instead of that, start with neutral, desaturated colors, and then add colors where it is really needed for highlighting. Basically, in business reporting, that's variances. All right, so always display variances, visualize them, not just place the comparisons side by side in those comparison charts. What is important here is actually the gap between the actuals and the plan, actuals and the previous year. This gap is important. Do we have a gap or not, right? This is where my attention should be. So we need to visualize the variances, always in all charts compared to previous year, plan, forecasts, benchmarks, your competitors, whatever works for you, for your goals that you have set for yourselves. Number 5, add comments. Add quantitative information to qualitative information, because this adds huge value to reports and dashboards. And nowadays, of course, you need to do this in a way that is dynamic. So for example, if people will click the the comments will change dynamically, right? To actually explain the right data categories directly on the visual, interactively. Next, add forecasts. All right, most of the dashboards today basically just focus on the past, what has happened last month and back, right? But what's going to happen until the end of the year, until the end of this month, right? That's what's really important. That's what should guide our decisions, basically. So add forecasts, full year forecasts, forecasts for the rest of the year, and so on. Add them to your dashboards. Number 7, the last one, correct scaling. When you add charts to your reports and dashboards, you make sure that people can actually gain the proper understanding by comparing them, right? So if you have a situation like this where 2 bars in charts look the same, have exactly the same length, right? But they represent radically different numbers, this is simply wrong, okay? This element here is almost 10 times less important than this one, okay? And I don't understand this from this picture, so make sure that the charts that you put on your reports and dashboards are scaled, so rendered to the same scale. And this is what enables you to present more information while still being completely clear and enabling people to compare the data and gain understanding. All right, with this, you will achieve clarity. But one more thing is needed. Today, we live in this hyper collaborative environment, in hybrid work and so on. We have lots of meetings, we share information via Teams calls and have digital boardrooms and so on. So it's important that you also design your reports accordingly. You need to design not just the layouts and charts, you need to design the interaction, you need to design the user experience. All right, so what happens when the user will see this? Well, he'll probably click if this is red, and then we'll try to understand it and we'll gain some understanding. Then he will want to see more, so he will need to click again, do the drill through, gain the details, open and collapse certain elements, gain understanding, and then go back to the original report. So this is the scenario that we need today, and you need to design for this user experience. With this, your actions, your dashboards will become actionable, because action is the only thing that counts. Action is where you create the added value. If there's no action, all the dashboards, all the reports, all the data warehouses are just costs, right? Only when a decision is made and action is taken, the data gets the value. All right, so that's why design your landing pages. Make sure that you design the whole structure of your dashboards accordingly. And with that, you'll create understandable, clear, actionable dashboards that your managers will love. And now you have done your job. But what if the same manager gets different types of reports from all the other users in the company using different tools across the organization? And everybody uses their own charts and colors and according to their knowledge and the tools that they are using. It's a messy situation that everybody is in, basically. So the last piece of the actionable reporting puzzle comes in here, and this is adoption. Only enterprise-wide adoption leads to digital transformation. The adoption is the key word here. Adoption is transformation. So let me finish with the actionable reporting adoption model. You start with early adopters, understanding the added value of actionable reporting, doing some quick wins, prototypes, show some quick information on your own data, then gain momentum. Implement one report, do a really good redesign of just one report, but make it really good. Get that momentum, get that attention. Then the company is already moving towards the tactical level, where a business sponsor is brought in, gives you a buy-in, you have more power users and so on. You start talking about it, and then you move towards the strategic level where company-wide adoption plans are confirmed. You talk about consistency, maybe even standard like IBCS. You just go for it, say this is the way we do things here in our company. You make sure that you select the right strategic tools for that, and move on to the last level, which is where you achieve the whole transformation, full empowerment of all the users, full self-service, BI, central of excellence, systematic onboarding of new users, governance, security, and so on. And this is where the actionable reporting story then ends and lives on with further improvements. I was Andrej. This was Actionable Reporting Manifesto. Clarity, action, adoption. Hopefully this will motivate you, and hopefully this conference today will give you a lot of answers on how to do this. Thank you.